Hello everyone, welcome back to Mastering Essential TOEFL and TOEFL iBT Vocabulary, brought to you by Learning English Every Day. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Elisa. We're so happy you're joining us for another lesson.
In our last episode, we learned 10 essential academic words, beginning with the letter A. Today, we'll continue building your academic vocabulary with 10 more important words that you'll often encounter in TOEFL reading passages, listening lectures, speaking tasks, and writing questions. This episode will tackle 10 well-known academic words: aggregate, aggressive, allocate, alternative, ambiguous, ambitious, amend, annual, anomaly, and antagonize in detail to help you speak, write, and understand English more confidently.
Remember, don't just listen. Repeat each word aloud, think about its meaning, and try answering the TOEFL-style question before Andrew explains the answer.
Exactly. Let's begin. Our first word today is aggregate. Listen carefully. Aggregate, arrogate. Now you try.
Aggregate.
Excellent pronunciation. As a verb, aggregate means to combine several separate things into a single whole. As a noun, it refers to the total amount formed by combining different parts.
I usually hear this word when people talk about statistics or research.
Exactly. Researchers often aggregate information collected from different sources before analyzing it. Listen to this TOEFL-style example. The researchers aggregated data from hospitals across the country to identify nationwide health trends.
Now here's your question. Why did the researchers aggregate data from many hospitals?
Because combining data from many hospitals allowed them to identify nationwide health trends more accurately. Now let's look at the derivatives. Aggregation, aggregated, aggregating.
So data aggregation means combining information from different sources.
Exactly. That's a common academic expression. Our second word is aggressive. Listen carefully. Aggressive, eressive.
Aggressive.
Excellent. Behaving in an angry, threatening way, as if you want to fight or attack someone. In biology, it can also describe plants or animals that spread rapidly or dominate other species.
So the meaning depends on the context.
Exactly. Listen to the example. Scientists discovered that the aggressive spread of the invasive plant reduced the diversity of native species in the region.
Here's your question. Why were scientists concerned about the invasive plant?
Because its aggressive spread reduced the diversity of native species. Now the derivatives. Aggression, aggressively, aggressiveness.
So aggression is the noun.
That's right. Let's continue with our third word. Allocate. Listen carefully. Allocate, allocate, allocate.
Allocate.
Very good. Allocate means to distribute or assign something for a particular purpose.
For example, a university can allocate money for research.
Exactly. Listen to this example. The university allocated additional funding to improve laboratory facilities for engineering students.
Here's your question. Why did the university allocate additional funding?
Because it wanted to improve laboratory facilities. Now let's review the derivatives. Allocation, allocated, allocating.
So an allocation is the amount or share that has been allocated for a particular purpose and the decision to allocate something, or the act of allocating it.
Exactly. Our fourth word is alternative. Listen carefully. Alternative, alternative.
Alternative.
Excellent. Alternative means another choice or option instead of the usual one.
Nowadays, we often hear about alternative energy.
That's one of the most common academic collocations. Now listen to this example. Many cities are investing in alternative energy sources to reduce their dependence on fossil fuels.
Question. Why are many cities investing in alternative energy sources?
Because they want to reduce their dependence on fossil fuels. Now the derivatives. Alternatively.
So alternatively introduces another possibility.
Exactly. Ambiguous. Ambiguous.
Ambiguous.
Excellent. Ambiguous means having more than one possible meaning or not being clear enough to understand easily.
That sounds like something students should avoid in academic writing.
Absolutely. Clear writing is always better than ambiguous writing. Here's the example. Because the survey question was ambiguous, participants interpreted it in different ways, making the results difficult to compare.
Here's your TOEFL-style question. Why were the survey results difficult to compare?
Because the survey question was ambiguous and different participants understood it differently. Now let's review the derivatives. Ambiguity, ambiguously.
So ambiguity refers to the quality of being unclear or having more than one meaning.
Exactly, that's a very common word in academic writing and reading. Now, let's continue with the remaining 5 words for today's lesson. Our 6th word is ambitious. Listen carefully. Ambitious, ambitious.
Ambitious.
Excellent. Ambitious means having a strong desire to achieve success or accomplish something important.
So an ambitious person always tries to reach challenging goals?
Exactly. Being ambitious often motivates people to work hard and improve themselves. Now, listen to this example. The university announced an ambitious plan to become carbon neutral within the next 15 years by investing in renewable energy and sustainable technologies.
Here's your TOEFL-style question. Why was the university's plan considered ambitious?
Because becoming carbon neutral within 15 years requires significant effort, planning, and investment. Now let's review the derivatives. Ambition, ambitiously.
I hope my ambition helps me earn a high TOEFL score.
I'm sure it will. Our next word is amend. Listen carefully. Amend, amend.
Amend.
Very good. Amend means to change or improve something, especially a law, rule, document, or agreement.
So we amend something to make it better?
Exactly. Here's the example. After reviewing the results of the study, the committee decided to amend the university's research guidelines to improve participant safety.
Here's your question. Why did the committee decide to amend the research guidelines?
Because it wanted to improve participant safety. Now the derivatives. Amendment, amended.
So, an amendment is the actual change that has been made.
Exactly. Our 8th word is annual. Listen carefully. Annual, annual.
Annual.
Excellent. Annual means happening once every year.
Like an annual conference or an annual report?
Exactly. Those are very common academic expressions. Now listen to this example. The university's annual research conference attracts scholars from around the world to present their latest findings.
Here's your question. What happens during the university's annual research conference?
Researchers present and discuss their latest scientific findings. Now let's review the derivatives. Annually.
So if something happens annually, it happens every year.
Exactly right. Our 9th word is anomaly. Listen carefully. Anomaly. Anomaly.
Anomaly.
Excellent pronunciation. Anomaly means something unusual that differs from what is expected or considered normal.
Scientists often talk about anomalies when they're analyzing data, don't they?
Yes, they do. An anomaly may indicate an error, or it may lead to an important scientific discovery. Listen to this example. The unusually high temperature recorded during the winter was first considered an anomaly, but similar patterns appeared in later years.
Here's your question. Why was the unusually high temperature first considered an anomaly?
Because it was different from what scientists normally expected during winter. Now the derivatives. Anomalous. Anomalously.
So anomalous results are results that don't match the expected pattern.
Exactly. Our final word today is antagonize. Listen carefully. Antagonize. Antagonize.
Antagonize.
Excellent. Antagonize means to make someone angry or to create hostility toward someone.
So it's usually something we should avoid doing.
Absolutely. Especially in academic discussions, it's important to express different opinions respectfully. Now listen to the example. The researcher presented the evidence carefully to avoid antagonizing colleagues who supported a different scientific theory.
Here's your final question. Why did the researcher present the evidence carefully?
Because the researcher wanted to avoid creating hostility among colleagues with different opinions. Now let's review the derivatives. Antagonism, antagonist, antagonistic, antagonistically.
So if two groups have strong disagreement, there may be antagonism between them.
Exactly. Excellent work. Let's review today's 10 vocabulary words. Aggregate, aggressive, allocate, alternative, ambiguous, ambitious, amend, annual, anomaly, antagonize.
These are all important academic words that you'll encounter in TOEFL reading passages, university lectures, and academic writing. Try using them in your own sentences this week. Active practice is one of the best ways to remember new vocabulary.
And remember, learning vocabulary is a gradual process. Don't worry if you can't remember every word immediately. Review each episode regularly, and you'll continue to build a stronger academic vocabulary.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Mastering Essential TOEFL and TOEFL iBT vocabulary.
If you enjoyed today's lesson, please follow the podcast, subscribe to the Learn English channel, and share this episode with friends who are preparing for the TOEFL.
Next time, we'll introduce 10 more essential academic vocabulary words to help you become a more confident English learner.
Thank you for listening.
Keep learning, keep practicing, and we'll see you in episode 3.